Did you know that this is what Balatro looked like 2 weeks into development? Or did you know that if you have all possible vouchers, the shop will only ever spawn extra blank vouchers? Well, regardless if you knew these or not, here's 101 random things all about Balatro that you're probably going to forget by the end of the video. Enjoy! The very first file creation date for anything Balatro related was on December 13th, 2021. 2 weeks later, this is what the prototype looked like, completely stripped down to the most fundamental parts of the game. There wasn't even jokers planned yet at this stage, and in the video shared by the creator of the game LocalThunk, it shows the very first iteration of what the shop was. It has uncommon cards, each with different abilities that you normally get from using tarot cards, and you can swap these out for your regular cards. Speaking of the creator of this game, Balatro was made entirely by LocalThunk alone. Whether it was the programming or the artwork or just the flow of the game, LocalThunk did it all himself. Except for the iconic soundtrack of the game, in which he contacted someone off of Fiverr to make it for him. And also, he let Twitch streamer Lumpy Touch create the art for the Vagabond Joker. But besides those two things, everything else was all LocalThunk himself. The artwork for the Four Fingers Joker is thought by some players to be a reference to a popular Lost meme, which originates from the Control-Alt-Delete webcomic by Tim Buckley. However, when this was brought to the attention of the developer, he claims it was just an unintentional reference. In the Balatro Discord, LocalThunk revealed that the uncommon suited jokers are based off of things that he found while walking along a beach. Which is pretty crazy considering he found a diamond at a beach. Yo, LocalThunk, drop the location please. In a meeting with his publisher, LocalThunk mentioned that the full version of Balatro would have 120 jokers. In a meeting later that week, the publisher mentioned something about 150 jokers, and instead of correcting them, he just made 30 more jokers for the game. The Burglar Joker gives you 3 extra hands because robbers usually tell you to put your hands up. When you 100% the game, meaning you beat every gold stake difficulty with every possible joker, you get awarded with the Completionist Plus achievement, which has the image of a golden fool. I think LocalThunk might be trying to tell us something here. The Vampire Joker removes enhancements from a card, the same way a real vampire would suck the blood out of you. If you have $6 in Balatro, and then you spend $3 on a Hermit card to double your money, you'll have $6 in Balatro. That's what I call profit. On the artwork for the Rocket Joker, if you look at the window that's actually on the rocket, you'll see a little Joker silhouette. If you're getting mad at the boss blind because it's disabling your cards or whatever, you can actually pick it up and take your anger out on it. In a super legit interview, LocalThunk stated that if you don't subscribe to the Balatro's YouTube channel, you're gonna get nope 100% of the time on Wheel of Fortune. Trust me, this is 100% legit. You're gonna want to follow this advice. The all-time peak of players playing Balatro on Steam is 43,905, which would rank it right at 425 in the Steam charts, just above Stumble Guys and right below Doom. Speaking of Doom, a Reddit user by the name of UwooDev, I can't believe I just had to say that, he actually figured out a way to have Doom run on Balatro. I'm not sure how this works at all, but here it is. The Satellite Joker gets stronger the more unique planet cards are used or discovered in the run, referencing how many satellite devices were used to find new planets outside of our solar system. The Green Joker is a reference to recycling and how you need to be green and not discard as much, since it punishes you for using your discards. If the boss blind you're facing has your cards face down, using a tarot card will briefly flip it over, so you can catch a glimpse of it. In an episode of Black Mirror, one of the characters could actually be seen playing Balatro, meaning canonically, Balatro is now in the Black Mirror universe. There's actually a physical version of Balatro that you can use to play on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox, and each special edition comes with its own pack of Joker and booster cards. The Mega text on Mega booster packs mimics the style of the Metallica logo. In the first demo of the game, the rare Joker tag and all edition tags, like the foil, holographic, polychrome, and negative tags, only had a chance to trigger, with failure resulting in the tag popping up the same nope sound effect as when the Wheel of Fortune fails. This design was proven to be very unpopular as skip tags rarely ever hit, meaning players had pretty much no incentive to take them. By the time the second demo was released, these tags have been overhauled to be guaranteed, making them much more effective and sometimes worth taking. On the top of the artwork for all of the planet cards, it highlights the position of the planet in our solar system, except for Planet X, which has no section highlighted. The design for the business card Joker and Balatro is most likely a reference to the scene in American Psycho where they're comparing each other's business cards. And if you read the name on the business card, it says Joseph J. Joker, and this has been speculated to be a reference to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. If you look at the art of the black hole spectral card, it appears to be pulling in the sides of the card and its own name tag towards the center by the force of its own gravity. One of the arbitrary rules for Balatro Joker art is that it needs to contain the word Joker somewhere in the art itself, and this applies to technically every Joker in the game except for one. Let me know in the comments if you can name the one I'm talking about. In a survey taken by Local Thunk himself, he asked the tough question, Even Steven or Odd Todd? And after 10,000 plus votes, 61.9% of people voted for Even Steven. But which one do you guys like better? Let me know. And head-take a card that's debuffed because it's previously been played this ante will remove the debuff. Having tarot cards in your consumables blocks them from showing up in the shop, so you can stop certain cards from showing up in order to help your chances of getting the ones you really want. Local Thug made a Joker of a dog wearing a clown hat as one of the original 150 Jokers in Balatro, but he forgot to save the pixel art, and it was going to be called the Homework Eating Dog, and he was so upset he couldn't bring himself to remake it, so he just replaced it. But lucky for you guys, I'm something of an artist myself, so I decided to recreate it. I'm pretty sure this is exactly what it looks like. Booster packs follow a set order of consumables specific to each seed. This means if a shop has two of the exact same booster packs, opening both packs in any order will yield the same result. There's official Balatro merch you can get with various Joker art made by Local Thunk on the clothes, including one that says nope on a bucket hat. BRB, gonna go ask my mommy if she could go buy this for me. This person on Reddit created a real version of the spare trousers pants Joker. Pretty neat. Let's say you have 5 out of 5 Jokers in your slots, and you come across a naturally negative invisible Joker. When it's activated and you sell it, what do you think will happen? Is it A, you're not going to be able to use it since your Joker slots are full? B, it's going to go over the Joker limit and give you 6 out of 5 Jokers? C, the game crashes? Or D, it's going to f*** your right in the middle of your and then after, you're going to If you guessed B, good job. I think this is the only situation in the game where you can actually have it showing more Jokers than you can acquire. Blueprint can copy mine, so if you move it after you play your winning hand, you can get 2 re-triggers on gold cards and blue seals, even if Blueprint was copying something else when you first played the hand. The number of open eyes, hat baubles, and frill baubles are even for Even Steven and odd for Odd Todd. A user by the name of Frogcap made Balatro pixel art and focused on making the game look like it was made for Game Boy. It's been reported that Local Thunk has taken legal steps to ensure his creation can never be used to promote actual gambling, even after his death. Which makes me kinda sad, cause this means he'll most likely never drop some real life booster packs containing randomized Jokers. And don't get me wrong, I'm against gambling, but for this, I'd spend my whole life savings on. Give me that blueprint. The Ectoplasm Spectral card makes one of your random Jokers into a negative Joker. And this is referring to the fact that ectoplasm is usually believed to be a substance that is created by ghosts and spirits in popular media. He's essentially saying that the ectoplasm turns the Joker into a ghost Joker since it's not really there. Since its launch, Balatro boasts a 97% positive rating on Steam, cementing its status as one of the platform's most beloved indie titles. And it doesn't stop there. Balatro has won multiple prestigious awards, including the highly coveted Game of the Year award at the Gamer Developers Choice Awards. The title also secured the win for the Best Debut, Innovation Award, and Best Design, and also the Game of the Year award in 2024 at the Indie Game Awards. On June 21st, 2025, Local Thug posted to his Twitter that he has officially 100% completed Balatro. He says it was a lot of fun and became part of his daily routine. And he also said that it's equipped him to better design the 1.1 update. I'm looking forward to that one. Local Thug released a short list of names for Balatro when he was trying to come up with a name for the game. Some of these names included Trial of the Joker, Hand of the Fool, and I don't even know what Hyperborean Hold'em is, but let's just say I think he nailed it with the Balatro title. 8 months into development, this is what Balatro looked like. At the time, it was called Joker and this word. Now if you're wondering why I'm not going to say that word, is because I'm pretty sure YouTube age restricts videos where you mention any sort of gambling games, so I'm just going to play it safe and I'm not going to say that word. Hope you guys understand that. But yeah, at this point you can kind of tell Balatro was starting to come into its final form. It's looking pretty similar to the game today, but not quite. The shop wasn't as detailed, and just in general it feels a little less filled out. And at this point of the game, a lot of the tarot cards actually had different abilities than what we know today. The The High Priestess used to give a bonus 2+ discards if you used it. The Emperor would give a bonus +3 mult for all hands for the rest of the round. The Fool would disable the effects of the boss blind completely, and the Glass card would only give +2 mult when this card stays in hand. And also, the art of some of the jokers were completely different too. We have an upside down Jimbo, we have whatever the hell this is for the reserved parking, and Bloodstone also looks different. I don't know what the name of this one is, but I'm gonna call it the I'm mad at you Joker. A user by the name of Needle Queen on Twitter recreated the dogs playing art into dogs playing Balatro. And this is actually really fire. You can see there's a lot of detail that went into this. Recently, PlayStation dropped the PS5 Pro at a hefty price. And instead of buying that, you could actually buy 54 copies of Balatro. Go do that right now. A lot of people are familiar with the misprint Easter egg, where it secretly tells you what the next card showing up is gonna be. And Local Thunk said himself that this was one of the first 15 jokers in the game, and from day one, it had an Easter egg. He did it as a joke or a friend, and he thought it was pretty funny at the time. The pixel art for the Cryptid Spectral card is based on a jackalope, a mythological creature of American folklore that is said to be a rabbit with big antler-like horns. When you hover over planet cards, it shows that they're classed as planet cards, except for Pluto, Ceres, and Eris, which are all classed as a dwarf planet, and Planet X is classed as a planet? Local Thunk has given the reason behind the design of some of the boss blind effects in the official Balatro Discord. The plant debuffs face cards because plants don't have faces. The needle requires precision in reference to the phrase, thread the needle. The wheel has a chance-based effect similarly to the Wheel of Fortune, and the eye bans repeat hand types because it has observed what hands you've played. Speaking of boss blinds, the symbols and names of most of the boss blinds are based on the letters of the Phoenician alphabet. The arm boss blind used to be able to de-level play poker hands to level 0. Imagine having a level 92 flush and you play it and all that work is gone. But this was changed in the 1.00k update. When releasing the official demo version of Balatro, there was only 90 jokers in the game, and at this point in time, the hologram only gained 0.1x mult every time a playing card is added to your deck. But it's obvious now that he buffed that up. Local Thunk stated that creating the tactile and juicy feel of the card/effects became his obsession, and is actually the only reason Balatro exists today. And by far, it was the most fun part of making this game for Local Thunk. One of the original candidate titles/main menu designs before Local Thunk chose Balatro was Fool's Gambit. And he said himself that it's not a great name, but he really enjoyed dragging the letters around to spell random stuff. The challenge deck in Balatro includes a solvable pixel art maze. If you start at this point and end at this point, you can find your way through. Feel free to pause the video and try it out yourself right now. On October 5th of 2024, the New York Times took out a whole page to talk about Balatro. During the development stages, Local Thunk and his friend used to climb a bouldering gym quite often, and they would constantly refer to their hands as nacho tongs, giving the name of that to this voucher, which gives you +1 hand. If a rental Gros Michel goes extinct, it will still charge the $3 as it perishes. The same goes for all jokers that are both rental and perishable. In an interview with Bloomberg, Local Thunk has confirmed that he plans to change the blue stake in the 2025 gameplay update. It can be assumed that, like with the previous versions of Gold and Orange stake, something more complex and interesting would change the static -1 discard, having the chance of adding a new in-run sticker with a whole new game element. Before Balatro's first release, there was an unused joker in the sprite sheet of the early demo versions. Its name was revealed to be Chaos Theory, and the art was created by Lumpy Touch. The Eris planet card is based on Eris, the dwarf planet, which is located far beyond Pluto, about 3 times further than the sun than Pluto is. And its only known moon, Dysnomia, can be seen on the card. The Ceres planet card is based on a dwarf planet located in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. The asteroid surrounding it on the card reflects this. There's actually a few jokers in the game that cannot receive the perishable tag, and these are all non-retroactive scaling jokers, aka jokers that start with the scaling of 0 when they're picked up. This is because in playtesting, it was revealed that these jokers being perishable often made them useless, as they didn't have time to scale. Note that this only applies to jokers which only start scaling when picked up, which is why jokers such as Fortune Teller and Throwback can receive the perishable tag. All of the tarot cards in Balatro are based on the major arcana tarot cards, which are trump cards from a 78 pack of cards. They are also often used in tarot reading, a form of fortune telling. Most of the tarot cards' effects represent the meaning of the major arcana. although some of them are just simpler visual references. Local Thunk's art ability goes much further than just pixelated art. He actually does a lot of pen and ink drawings, and he shared one of his art pieces to his Twitter. The Ouija Spectral card is a reference to the supernatural Ouija board, which has alphabetical letters and numbers on it and was believed to have been used to converse with spirits of those who have passed away. The numbers and letters on the card's Ouija art are a reference to the ranks of the playing cards. A equals aces, 1 to 10 is the rank of 1 to 10, and K, Q, and J is obviously King, Queen, and Jack. The Deja Vu Spectral card is based off of the term that is used to describe a feeling in which you believe you have seen or experienced something already. The card's ability to apply a red seal to a playing card emphasizes this term by its ability to re-trigger said card a second time. Local Thunk released a real version of a Balatro deck that you can order today, and it comes with 4 jokers. I actually released a video unboxing the official Balatro deck alongside a fake Balatro deck from Temu. You can check it out after this video. Local Thunk said on his Twitter that the reason he went to making Balatro 3 months after he essentially gave it up in March 2022 was because he was bored and his internet was out, so he couldn't play Rocket League. It's crazy to think that if his internet had never gone out, we may never have seen Balatro exist today. In the demo version of Balatro, a lot of the decks and vouchers actually had different abilities. The braided deck started your most played hand at level 3. The silver deck started your run with 1 joker. The foil and holographic deck each gave 3 random cards an enhancement respectively to their deck, and the polychrome gave 1 polychrome card in your deck. For vouchers, we had the magnet voucher, which always drew your most played card to your hand at the start of the round, and if you upgraded it, you would get 3 of your most played cards. Another voucher was the pattern voucher, which spawns your all-time most used Terra Planet cards if you have the room. And the upgraded version of that was Tessellation, which spawns your all-time most used Joker card. And the last voucher that was different was the Silver Spoon, which started your next run with a bonus of $5. And if you upgraded it, it would start your next run with the bonus of $15. Speaking of most used cards and jokers, Local Thunk's most used joker is Hanging Chad, followed up by Constellation. And his most used planet cards are 2 pair and pair, as well as 3 of a kind. I think from this you can kind of see that Local Thunk really enjoys pairs. In a Twitter post, Local Thunk reveals what he's been working on instead of the Balatro update. Take a look for yourself. The art for the throwback Joker is inspired by what Back to the Future 2 said people from 2015 would look like. And if you're wondering why I haven't covered as many Joker meanings in this video, it's because I actually already have a whole other video covering all of them. So go check that out if you're more interested in that. Okay, that's the end of the video, bye.